Hey guys, how's it going? It's Jack here, and today, asked by popular demand, I'm gonna do a bank video for August 6, 2013 on my account 98 Fishing. So, anyway, I really didn't want to do a video like this for the past few years because I was going to, but I wasn't. Because, the last time I shut off my bank, or just kind of shut off my stuff in general, I was hacked the next day and I lost everything. So I kind of learned from that. I put recovery questions on there, an email, I have JAG on there now, so I don't really feel, too uncomfortable about doing it. So I thought that, might as well do it for your enjoyment. So let's get started, alright? Now I know it's not the best bank, but, I use what I want to, and then I just kind of sell off the rest. So anyway, we're going to start off with my summoning and magic tab. There's not really much to it because I don't really do a lot of summoning and I don't do a lot of magic. All these runes are just collected from my Slayer tasks. I only really use Fire, Nature, and the occasional Law rune for teleporting or alching. I don't even use air runes anymore because I always use my Lightning Staff 4, and it's a really cool staff because it has an emote, and that's kind of how I get my staticky hair, and it lights up and everything, so it's kind of cool. I use the Mind Spike occasionally for my alching, because that's why I have so many fire runes, because I don't use those anymore. And I don't really use any armor. I just kind of use the Batwing armor over here and there and there. I don't even know what these are for. I use the Wicked Hood every once in a while to go to rune span so I can do my daily challenges or level up. And then occasionally I use like a Terror Bird, or I don't even know what this is. I think this is just a random drop. But yeah, I have my Terror Birds here. Occasionally I use my Elemental Shields for Skeletal Wyverns, but I kind of use a Dragon Fire Shield for that nowadays. And I just kind of have a lot of quest-related crap in here, like the body. Oh, that's kind of funny. Or the Mine Helmet, or the First Tower Robes. So, not too much really to it. And then I have, like, Squeal Fortune stuff in here, the exquisite armor and weapons. So, yeah, there's not really much to it. It's kind of kind of like a last resort bank, like if I need to do a fast teleport or an alch here and there. I do have my Gothic Scape. That kind of helps out. It has a 2.5% crit, which is pretty damn good, and then I thought there was one other thing in here. No, I'm probably thinking of something else. But yeah, there's not really much to it. I don't even know why that's in there. It's just kind of like my overall kind of last resort tab. So let's move on to the ranging tab. I don't really do ranging either, but I'm gonna in the future, so I'll probably stack up on stuff. But I don't really do money sinks, unlike people think. So I have the full Skirmisher armor set. I have the boots, the gloves, the helmets. I just got an Amulet of Ranging from a good friend of mine. I miss this thing because I used to wear this all the time. It also has a really good ranging crit, 4.3%, but I just kind of use it for show because it matches my fishing theme, the one that I used to have. I really just use Royal D-Hide now. The Skirmisher is pretty good, but only goes up to level 50. I think Royal D-Hide is 65, yeah. So it's not the best. And I usually use Runeite bolts because I primarily just used a rune crossbow, but I just sold those off because I found out that the broad tip bolts are far cheaper, and they have the exact same stats. Plus, they really help with Slayer for Kurosks and Turosks, I think. I have a few Chinchotmas here. I only bought the regular Chinchotmas because I was pretty cheap back in the day, but I can really afford the red ones now, so I'll probably do that. A friend of mine just gave me a bunch of Corrupted Morgon throwing axes. They're really not that great, but I could probably sell them in free-to-play, I think. And they're not bad, but the Corrupted ones are kind of crap. So then I just have a few different bows over here: quick bow, short bow, Uru composition. Royal crossbow, I like that, it's kind of neat. Occasionally I use the magic shield bow, but it's level 40, I think. No, level 50, so it's not really too great. I just kind of go for bolts now. I have the Cupid bow 6, that's like a cool little thing. It makes hearts glow around you when I shoot you. The boogie bow, that's just for show. It's really kind of badass looking. It doesn't really do damage though, I think. But it doesn't use bolts, so if you're a free-to-play noob or a ranging pure and you don't have money, you try to get that if you can. I don't know if you can anymore. It was from the 2000 mil account event, but it was kind of cool. yeah, I don't know, bunch of bronze bolts here. Royal bolts, I think I just picked those up for random, not really necessary. I don't even use the Amulet of Accuracy or the Topaz bolts. I just use, like, broad tip bolts and the rune crossbows for the time being, because my range is kind of slow, but I think after 99 attack and 99 defense, I'll probably go for 99 range, or at least a high level range, so I can do Ascension, because you definitely need range for that. So, yeah, there's not really much to it, you know, not a big deal. I use the Mythril grapples every once in a while when I have agility and Karamja. You know, that's it. So let's move on to probably my favorite tab. This is my melee tab. It's a huge tab. So, you know, this, what's the one item I've had in here for, I think, 4 years now, is the Tizar Ketome, and this was a badass weapon before EOC, and I know people are like, oh, it's kind of crap, but this is, my strength wasn't too high back in the day, and this hit pretty damn hard. So, yeah, I always keep it. I'm probably never going to sell it because I'm not going to make a big enough profit on it anyway, so I'm just going to keep it as a novelty. I have the Cyclopean helmet. I think I bought one and I got the other off a drop, because killing Cyclopses now are really easy. I have a full defender set here. I got them all in literally an hour or less. I don't know why people complain that they take like a full day to get them. I could literally get them in like an hour, even before EOC. On my other account I did. And then I just have a bunch of raider crap here. This is from the Goblin mobs, and I have the Aten and the Silverlight and the Uraeus. Sorry, I just had to move my mic for a second. And those are just quest-based items. I don't know how I have 2 Silverlights. I think I started the quest, and then they updated the quest, so I got 2. I don't know, it's kind of confusing. So then we move down a little bit, and I have pretty much nothing really here. I have a few Slayer items. I have a Mirror Shield, Leaf-Bladed Sword, Excalibur, Fremenic Round Shield. I don't know if I'm going to keep that. That's not really necessary. I have a bunch of exquisite items. I have the exquisite swords and claws, the spear, the battle axe, and a prize attack pendant, and a bunch of stuff over here. It's really not necessary. It's not that great. It was, even Jagex said it was just a promotion to buy a dragon keepsake stone, or key, whatever. Then I have a few different flasks over here. I have 68 anti-fire flasks. That really helps when I have a dragon task. Sorry, I have a hiccup. And then a few poison tasks over here, but poison really doesn't bother me anymore. This was kind of before EOC. You know. I have like a Star Fury sword. I have the Dragon Claws. I know people hate those, but I think they're like badass. And I might get a Chaotic Claw at some point in the future, so I'm definitely going to keep it. Masked Earmuffs, I don't even need those anymore because I use the Slayer Helm, which is actually right down here. This is all my gear that I use. I use the Saradomin token, which is Dragon now. I use the Divine Gaze just because it makes my eyes go. It's kind of cool. Warrior Ring, which gives a 2.7% melee crit, and I'm probably going to make it a Warrior Ring Eye. I use Bandos Boots, Royal D-Hide Vamp Braces just for the moment because I was kind of cheap. I'm probably going to update that to Bandos Gloves, or maybe Goliath if I can. Bandos Tacids, Bandos Offhand Drago Battle Axe because I lost my Drygor Offhand Mace, Bandos Chestplate, and I just invested a little bit because I got some of my money back, and I bought a Dragon Longsword, which is pretty damn badass. I love this thing so much. I've always wanted a main hand, but I hope to get the offhand, or at least a chaotic offhand, in the near future. And then I use the Amulet of Fury, of course, which gives a 4.2% crit in everything. And then I, of course, use my fishing cape, because, you know, that's my favorite skill and everything. I even have one of my fishing capes keepsake stoned. And it's actually, skill capes are actually pretty good. They give you a 2% melee, 2% crit in everything, and a 2-point prayer bonus. And I always use the full Slayer helmet charged, just because it has a really neat color to it, and I turned it yellow. And it also gives a 12.5% damage boost when you're killing Slayer monsters, and I always train Slayer, so yeah, that really helps out, guys. I would totally recommend you get that. And then I have kind of like miscellaneous stuff here. I have a Shark Fist 4, because I won that off the Squill Fortune last summer. It was kind of cool. I have a bunch of Furiosity rings, Ferocious rings, whatever. I call them Furiosity. Then another few pots here, nothing really necessary. Clan Cook, because I just use that once a week to get the Filthy reward and then max out. I had the Abyssal Vine Whip for a little bit, That was before I got the main hand Drygore, but I don't really use it too much now. I got a... So yeah, I've got Mono God Sword. I'm sorry I got cut off for a little bit. So then I just kind of have some collectibles here. I have a bunch of prize pendants, Iceanic Orb, Iceanic items, Dragon Battle Axe, a bunch of dragon weapons and stuff. It's not really necessary. It's, you know, just kind of stuff that I might need in the future. A bunch of Barrows items. I usually use Verax because that seems to be the best damage output. And then like a Dragon Fire Shield in case I have a dragon or a Wyvern task. So let's move on to the next one, and this is kind of just a miscellaneous tab. This is everything that you could think that would be cosmetic. I have pretty much every single School of Fortune item except for the lucky items. I have a bunch of auras over here that I occasionally use. I have my fire cape, my double eye patches, barbecue, miscellaneous armor, pets, everything. You know, just kind of bunch of fun random stuff that I use every once in a while. Even the Olympian items that you can't really get anymore. You know, so it's kind of cool. Nothing really, you know, necessary to talk about though. Next I have my food. I really only use one type of food, and that's sharks. Actually, I'm kind of low on those. Monkey nuts. Anyway, so yeah, not really much to this either. I have the Mexican items, shark, Day of the Dead sugar skulls, the toffee apples, candy floss, kind of candy, let's be honest there, rock candy. So stuff that's really not necessary, but stuff you can't really get, like the donuts and the baguette, because I just think it's kind of cool. Oh, and bacon, of course. You gotta love your bacon. So let's move on to the skilling tab, and this is also a pretty good size tab. It's pretty much everything I would use for skilling. I have a bunch of Inferno urns over here. I had 1,000 decorated mining urns, but one of my friends made 1,000 of them, and I kind of used them over the past few months when I was mining to recover my account. I have 62 ones that I have to use up now. I have the occasional woodcutting urn here and there. I have a bunch of god chisels. Those are kind of cool. They give you a 1.2% construction bonus XP, which is really good. And then I have the occasional pendant here and there for smithing or agility. I don't really do agility too much, so I don't really care about that too much. And then I have a bunch of farming stuff here. I have like every kind of seed you could think of. And of course the hunting items that I don't really think you need anymore because they're in your toolkit, so it's not really necessary. And then the stuff up here is kind of like from I think these were from Jadinko's Lair when I gave in my points. It's really not necessary though. These things are crap. They really are. But I keep them for the hell of it, you know. Then I have like every type of urn here. These were just when I was training crafting. They're really unnecessary. And then I have every kind of gem here and there. I just keep a few here and there, and including the charms, even though I don't really train crafting or summoning too much. But eventually I will need them, so you know, might as well keep them. I have the full blacksmithing armor, so it's kind of cool, but it doesn't give you a bonus anymore because I only started training smithing recently, and I ran out of the bonus, unfortunately. And then I always have my weekly mining ring. I think this one is almost done. I need to collect the other so I can get my next mining level. So now we're just going to move on to a really crappy tab. This isn't even worth it. This is the junk tab. Literally, it's not even every single junk piece of item because I'm almost out of space. But these are just items from quests that I might eventually need. Definitely not that, and not that. Maybe that. But these are just items that, you know, I am saving because I'm not sure if I'm going to need them in the future, because I don't want to have to go back and try to do all the items to all the things to get the items back, and then, you know, waste my time with that. So I never did Monkey Madness, so I have like the items for that in here. So now we're going to move on to the last tab, and this is kind of one of my favorite. It always changes all the time. It's my loot tab, and it's a little small because I just cashed in a bit because when my friend took my 97 mil, I really didn't have a lot of money left, and I sold it all off. So I have 47 mil left. I worked my ass off to get it all back, well, most of it back. And then I have a bunch of Torkoal. That was from a single Slayer task. I have the occasional Anagonic Ort that I pick up. I always have like at least a 4K stack of chittens to fix my Drygores, even though I think I only need about 10,000 to fix a 1% Drygore. So yeah, that's pretty good. And then I always have water skins in case I have a Calphite task, because, you know, I don't want to die in the desert. But I think I'm kind of weaning off those, because you only get like a 300 damage hit when you get dehydrated in the desert, so it's really not necessary anymore. And these are my gold ores. I always get about at least 1,000 before I cash them in, because they're going up in price. I think they're around 500 at the start of this video. So yeah, I'm probably going to sell these off later. And then the rest is just kind of a lot of various items that I would get from like killing Calphites or killing Aquanites or dragons or something. So I have like Lanodines here and a bunch of ores here, Toad seeds here. Neem oil, that's in case I have to kill Griffaloos or some sort of other Griffolic creature. So it's just kind of a big mix, you know, stuff here. I have like a bunch of wyvern bones. I'm going to cash those in. Adamant Sibo, Orchella mushroom spores, bunch of bolts. I had like 3,000 rune bolts, but I just sold those off to buy the broads, so that's kind of cool. So yeah, this is, I just kind of wipe this out like every 2 weeks, and I get like about 5 mil out of it usually. So it's not bad. So that is pretty much my bank. I have one little bit right here. It's kind of nothing. It's my stackable tab, and stuff that I really don't know what to do with. But I just kind of save it all because I'm going to use it eventually, like the Castle War tickets or the recharge gems, so I can fix my mining pendants, or like the distraction diversion tokens, the daily, the tree, evil tree, and the shooting star, or the dust keys that I use in Taverley Dungeon. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. It's not, you know, huge. It's not really necessary, but you guys wanted this. And that's pretty much it. I really don't I really don't have much in my bank that's kind of cool. I just have like my Bandos and my Drygors, and that's pretty much it. I really don't use much in my bank. I sell what I don't need, and I keep what I might need. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I know it was a bit long, but I appreciate it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and favorite, and I'll see you guys later.